In the United States, cell phone video leads to murder charges against a white South Carolina police officer. He shot an unarmed black man to death as he was running away. CCTV's Jim Spellman joins us now with the details.
Yeah, let's walk through exactly what we know right now, according to court documents and some official statements. These charging documents that we've obtained say that this incident happened Saturday morning after a traffic stop for a broken taillight. That's a minor offense. Somehow the officer, Michael Slager, who is white, and the victim, 50-year-old Walter Scott, who is black, ended up outside their vehicles. That's where the video picks up, and we should warn you that this video can be very disturbing, but let's take a look. You see a tussle here of some sort where they're close together. You see him what appears to be a taser, and then the shots begin. 8 shots, 4 of those shots hit Mr. Scott in the back. He died there on the scene. But here's how the officer reported it when he called into his dispatch. Bit of a different story. Let's listen.
Shots fired. Subject is down. He grabbed my taser.
Dispatch 7223, shots fired. He grabbed your taser. Subject is down.
So the officer tells the dispatcher that the victim grabbed his taser. That's not consistent with what we can see in the video. But remember, we can only see this part of the incident. We don't see the earlier part of the incident when both gentlemen were in their cars and what led up to the beginning of the video. But here's what the brother of the victim has to say about this incident.
Nothing that the officers had reported previously lined up to what was seen on the video. I was like, he did not struggle. There was not a struggle for the taser, which I didn't believe my brother would have done that anyway. But after seeing the video, I was like, he was running for his life, not to be shot down, not to be tased anymore.
The police officer, 33-year-old Michael Slager, was arrested Tuesday, charged with murder. Authorities there in South Carolina say that the video is what led to the arrest, Elaine.
And, you know, as we've seen, police there in South Carolina are handling this a lot differently than other high-profile cases involving police officers here in the United States.
That's right. The Michael Brown case in Ferguson, Missouri, the Eric Garner case in New York City, both of those went through a long grand jury process. In both of those cases, there were no charges ultimately filed. The police chief down there in North Charleston, South Carolina, says that he saw the video and he was shocked. Listen.
I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Do that.
I am. And give me just a second. The honesty comes from my heart. I have watched the video, and I was sickened by what I saw.
But that sentiment from the chief and the speedy arrest haven't been enough to stop protesters from interrupting that press conference. Other rallies and protests have been taking place already. Pretty sure more to follow. And Elaine, the protesters say that's because these are not about individual incidents. These are about patterns across the United States where African-American men are treated differently by white police officers. Obviously, there's a lot of information there to digest. That's what the protesters say, and they say often it has deadly results.
All right, Jim Spellman, thanks for that.